Hello, it's me, Cherie, your handbag friend, your luxury bag mentor, or your best bag friend. So I'm back with another video, and in this video, it's all about your business name. So in this video, I'm going to share with you a few quick tips on what to consider before thinking of or even registering your business name that most people do not tell you about. So stay tuned and watch this video. Okay, so before we start, I just want to make sure that you subscribe to this channel so that you get more videos like this, because I'm going to be sharing with you a few good tips and things that you should know and consider before starting your bag business and just business in general. Okay, free information that I just want to share with you. Okay, so I'm not going to take up too much of your time. In this video, it's all about your business name. So the top 5 things that I'm going to share with you right now are things that most people don't tell you about before you think of your business name, right? And the business name is so much fun. It's something that you definitely, want to do, of course, and something that you want to make sure that is very precious to you and related to your business. All right, so tip number 1. You want to make sure that you make a long list. And when I say a long list, I mean a pretty extensive list, a list that, has tons and tons of names that comes to mind. Something that you've been contemplating over, something that just sounds good, whatever. Just make a very, very long list, all right? All of those things that are coming to mind that you are considering or just pops into your head while you're sleeping. So write down and make a very long list of different names, different ideas. Okay. Tip number 2, you want to pick out 3 of your top favorite from that list and share it with only 2 people. My suggestion would be just 2 people that you trust, maybe your spouse, maybe your best friend, but I do not recommend that you share it on Facebook, you put it on social media, getting people's opinions, because a lot of times too many opinions can deter you and get you thinking all other things. So when I say a couple people, I really mean 2. So once you've collected of that very long list, once you've decided on 3 of your top favorite names, share those names with 2 of your favorite people, and just to kind of get their opinion and see, what they think about it. All right. So also a sidebar on that is, once you've come up with that name from that top 3 list, keep saying it to yourself over and over again. Say it to yourself while you're driving in the car. Say it to yourself while you're in the shower. Just repeat it to yourself over throughout the day, because I know it may sound weird, but it actually works, because the more you say it to yourself, the more you hear it, the more you will even know how it feels to you, because you want whatever name that you choose, you want it to feel good. You want it to resonate with you and your business. And maybe after you say it a few times and you realize I don't know, it sounds kind of corny. I don't know. Or it might be like, I really like the way it sounds. I just, get in the practice of saying that name, because that's going to be your name, right? Your name that is going to stick with you. All right. So that's all in tip 2. All right. So tip 3, you want to search your Secretary of State. All right. So whatever state that you live in, make sure that you just do a public search. And it is a public search whenever you search your state government Secretary of State. I would assume that you are wanting to conduct business in the state that you live in, but whatever state it is that you want to register your name, just make sure that you look on the Secretary of that state just to see what name comes up. well, you put in the name in the public search of the name that you chose. So let's say, for an example, you chose ABC handbags, and the state that you live in, you go to the Secretary of State, you use the public search, and you put in ABC handbags and see if anything comes up. If it does not, that's great, because no one in that state has that name. Now, I do want you to also know that just because it doesn't show up, excuse me, in that state does not mean that it's not in another state, because you can register a business name in another state with that same name. Now, if you want to do a more extensive search and just kind of search other Secretary of States for another state, that's totally up to you. But I would highly just recommend that you stick with the state that you are in. But just know that someone else in another state can have the same name as your business, just not in the same state. And you also want to search the USPTO website, which is the United States Patent and Trademark Office. Okay, so that's very, very highly recommended, that people really don't tell you to do. So again, you want to research the United States Patent and Trademark Office, so that you can also see if that particular name that you chose has not been registered yet. Because if someone has that name registered or trademark, then that name belongs to them. So just back up a little bit. Just because you may have registered your business name in your state does not mean that you own that name. So you want to check and make sure that you are not using a name that someone else already owns. And the way that you would know that is by checking the USPTO website to see if someone has that name trademarked or registered. Okay. Now, here's also a sidebar, and I'll give you an example that I heard someone give this example so beautifully, and I think it's just a great example to use. But Pandora, for an example. Pandora, Pandora the jewelry and Pandora the music. So those two names are trademarked and they are registered, but they are in a different category. There's the jewelry Pandora, and then there's the music Pandora. They are able to use the same name because they're in different categories. So if whatever your business is in, which it would be handbags or consignment or resale, you just want to make sure that the name that you chose is not registered with, the USPTO in the same category. Now, you can have a same business name, but just not in the same category. So that's what advice I recommend that you do before you actually stick to that name that you chose. Okay, so number 4, you want to search the website. You want to Google research the website and see what name comes up in the search engine. Because what if the name that you chose comes up, but it may not have anything to do with handbags, but it has something to do with something that you don't want to be affiliated with, because when people Google that name, something else may come up first or second before it gets to you, and you just want to be mindful of what comes up, because you again may not want to be associated or affiliated with that name that it comes up under. So search the website and search social media. Okay, so when I say search social media, search Facebook, search Instagram, search TikTok, all of the platforms that you would want to do business on, search those websites and those social media sites, because that there are many, many people on social media that uses alias names or their cute little nicknames. So if someone is using the name that you chose in their social media handle, then that means you can't use it because someone else has already used it, right? So how you go to search something and it says, or if you go to create your social media page and it says user already exists. So if you try to use the name that you want and someone else already has it, you're going to get that error message. So you may either have to change the spelling or tweak the name a little bit with maybe using an underscore or some type of special character. Now also, because they are using that name in their social media handle, does not mean that they own the name. That's just a name that they wanted to use for their social media handles. So again, just be mindful of that. So highly recommend that you research social media, because whenever it's time for you to set up your business platforms and your business names with those on those social media sites, you just want to make sure that that social media handle is available for you to use for your business. Okay. And the final last tip, number 5, is again to register your business and to trademark your name. So not only do you want to register your business name with the state that you reside in, and there's so many different levels of registration for your business name. You know, there's the LLC, there's the S Corp, there's partnerships, you know, there's sole proprietor. So you definitely want to do your research and find out what level or how you want to register your name. But also it is highly recommended that you trademark your business name. Okay, so you want to register and trademark your name, even your logo, your slogan, and the business, your branded name. Okay, so that's all in this video that I'm going to share, but just be mindful of the tips that I shared here before you decide on actually sticking to the name that you want to. But I wish you well, and I hope that the name that you have chosen is available and it's something that, you know, is significant to you, something that sounds good, that feels good, and something that you want to be known and related to or with. Okay, so I'm going to end the video. So again, make sure that you subscribe to this channel for more information, and also check out all of the information below the video, because again, I'm your bag friend, your best bag friend, and I'm going to show you how you can start a very profitable high-end luxury designer handbag business today. I'm going to be your bag mentor, so go ahead, subscribe, find me on Instagram, and you can also email me and sign up for more information, and let's plug you in so you can get started today. I have several courses that are available for you to learn how you can start a luxury handbag business without having the inventory. All right, you don't need the inventory. Don't worry about the inventory. Don't worry about the experience. Don't worry about the education. I'm your girl for all of that. So no need to stress you out, because I'm going to get you started today. All right, so thank you for watching, and I hope to talk with you soon.